We are live.
Hello,
Can you hear?
live. I can hear
Hello.
you.
Oh, good. That's always good when you can hear me, as
Yeah.
opposed to when you can't, which
Uh,
always makes the show more lively.
hmm,
So, how have things
Especially
been
when
since
we're
I saw
live.
you last?
All is well. Can't complain. A little hot, but hot and
Yeah.
humid. A lot of sweating going on, but
Mhm.
it's all good.
Well, that's good. There are a lot of people who can't sweat. A lot of people who can't do the things that we do. So, Stu, what are we going to talk about this week
Jim and Stu show.
on the Jim and Stu show,
Well,
as opposed to the Stu and Jim show or the
there was an
.com?
interesting question, and we may have a double question depending on how much we get out of this first one.
Yes.
Yeah, but there was a good question on the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Facebook group that's asked, is it wise to venture out of your niche? Um, Maybe for advice, testing business ideas, general comments about business, etc. So, is it wise? When is it acceptable to venture outside of your niche? Maybe is a good question also.
Okay. And what is your opinion, Stu? I'll let you
Well,
go first this time.
yeah, you know what? My opinion is, yeah, I've gotten advice from people who have nothing to do with fitness, but they have
Yes.
everything to do with business,
Okay.
right? And business is business, right?
Wow,
And
that was deep.
you like that? Yeah.
Yeah.
And and this guy was a corporate guy. He was like a venture capitalist, CEO for hire. So he took over companies and became the CEO. He'd sell them. So that was his business model that he did. But, he's very engaging in understanding entrepreneurship and, running a business, obviously. And he was one of my first mentors
Mm-hmm.
that I really listened to. And it really helped me. It helped me turn into the guy who was always working to make money versus the guy who was putting out products to sell and making money overnight, not having to rely on hourly wages.
Trading time for money,
Yeah.
as they say at the Pickle Business School.
Yeah. I didn't realize I was talking to Mr. Pickles, by the way.
That's right. Yeah, I'm listening to you because I've got on my glasses. They make me
I
smarter.
see.
Yeah.
You do look smarter.
I do.
Front
Thank you.
desk, everything.
So you saying I look stupid before? Is that what you're
No.
saying?
Nope.
I didn't think so.
Say that.
All right.
So Mr. Pickles has nothing good to add. So it's interesting, the old saying of that thing, is it should you go outside? I read that differently. So it's interesting because when I've always thought of, and I learned this lesson the hard way, just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean you're going to be good at something else. Just because you have done really well at one thing doesn't mean you're a master. So, I was in a situation where I had done really, really well in the mortgage business. I was in my early 20s. I was making six figures a year back in the early 90s. So back 6 figures a year back in the early 90s was some money.
Yeah. You can buy some stuff.
Yeah. So but I wasn't happy in the mortgage business. So I decided that I was going to I found an MLM opportunity. I was like, you know what? I'm smart. I've made it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to get up real high in the company. I'm going to make me some of that residual income and retire by the time I'm 27. So I proceeded to drive myself into bankruptcy in about 18 months. Really, 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 really stupid things that I had done, burned a bunch of bridges, and it took me 7 years to rebuild. So, or really 7 years just to get back to even. My point from that, and maybe it's because I got scar tissue from that when I think about that, is one of the things I've learned is that if you have a product if you're doing well in an industry, if you're doing well somewhere, doing well basically comes down to a product, a need, and a market. All right. And as long as you are firmly rooted in, when you want to try and do something else, as long as you are firmly rooted in at least two of those three, then your chances of blowing up are less than if you try and go all into something you know nothing about. So what am I talking about? So let's say you have a product. So Stu, we'll just use Stu as the example. So Stu's got fitness books so he's got the product. He's got the need, which is I got to get ready for a certain type of PT test. And the market is people who want to go into the military. So then Stu decides, okay, there are other kind of people that need to do PT tests. So I'm going to take what I know, which is getting ready for to and through something, and I'm going to take my product, which is the workouts and stuff, and I'm going to go from the military to the FBI. People want to go in the FBI Academy. Oh, okay, well that works. Okay, now I'm going to go to people that want to be a Green Beret as opposed to just want to be a Navy SEAL. That if it doesn't work, you haven't given up your whole business, you haven't blown up bridges, you've just kind of learned something, but you've taken two of those things. Now let's say that Stu's like, you know what? I'm really good at business, and I'm going to go out and I'm going to go into nutrition, because nutrition is related to fitness, and I'm going to develop a supplement, and I'm going to sell that supplement to middle-aged, out-of-shape executives. Well, you might think, okay, well, I nailed that other stuff. I'm good at business. I'm good at fitness. I know about nutrition. I know all this stuff. And then it blows up in your face and you're $500,000 in debt before you know it. And you're sitting on 2 garage loads full of, Stu's Vitamita Mix supplements. And so the lesson learned is that when you know about something and you're doing really, really well, if you want to expand, then take your product and an existing need and go find somebody else who has that same need or a real similar need that knows they have it. Or if you've got a niche and you know their need and you got one product, then it makes sense that you would introduce additional products that would help that audience fill that need or related needs. And so that's probably not the question the person was asking, but that's ingrained in me with so much trauma and fear that is the automatic framework that pops up into my mind that I start evaluating everything on. I mean, is this the same audience? Is this a related need? Is this a new product, or can I take this product and take it to another niche? So for example, like 7-Day ebook. One of the things that we're trying to do is, we've done really, really well over the last 20 some odd years, teaching people how to create ebooks and books and publish them and adapt to new changing circumstances and marketplaces and technology and stuff. But one of the things that we want to do is expand over into helping people who want, like coaches who want to write a book. Every coach needs to have a book. Every speaker needs to have a book. And so what we're doing is we're taking the product and we're taking the need. So we got the system on how to create a book, the need, I want to create a book fast. And now we're trying different markets. And it's
smart.
But it's not an instantaneous thing. It's still, you're still trying to figure stuff out. Like yesterday, I did 3 different 5-minute perfect webinars on just different angles and things, and we're going to be testing, as opposed to me just that you said smart. It's still hard. It's not it's not a lay down. But if I were to say to you, hey man, I know about technology, I know about all this stuff, so I can't even think of something stupid I would do at this point because I do enough of that by accident. But that would be like me trying to do a workout DVD. It's like, I know about working out. I'm kind of in shape for a 50-year-old guy. And I could do it. So I'm going to do workout DVDs. I'm going to stop doing everything else I'm doing, and I'm going to go all in on doing workout DVDs, because I've been hearing for a long time that's a good idea to do a real time workout that people could do along with you. So that would be stupid. That'd just be dumb. I don't have the story to back it up. I don't have the knowledge. I don't have the expertise. I don't understand the market. There's absolutely nothing about that makes any sense. It's like the person, oh, I'm unhappy being a banker, so I'm going to go be a yoga instructor because I like yoga 3 times a week. And then you're a yoga instructor on food stamps. It's just dumb. So always remember those 3. It's like when I was talking to my dad when he got out of the hospital, I said, dude, what's going to kill you if the cancer doesn't get you, which it didn't, what's going to kill you is a fall. So what you got to do is maintain 3 points of contact with Mother Earth at all times. When you're up and moving, if you're moving a foot, you better have 2 hands on that walker. If you don't have 2 hands on that walker, you better have 1 hand on a railing and 2 feet on the floor, because the 3 points of contact is what's going to keep you alive. And so anyway, so another way to answer that same question, now what they were really asking is, I think it's really smart to look outside your market if you're looking for stimulation and ideas, because pretty much if you're always getting the same ideas and the same input from the same sources, you're never going to have any kind of a breakthrough. That's why I like to read history books, and I like to see how other people do things and ask, hey, how do you do this in your industry? How do you do stuff? How do you do webinars? I heard a lady say something the other day. I was watching something and it had nothing to do, and she started to, oh yeah, we do webinars for my mom's group and thing. And one of the things that I do when I do my replays is I record a 30-second intro for the replay, specifically about that date that we did it and any comments and stuff that we got in the webinar, to make it feel more personal. And people are like, this isn't something that was done a year ago. And I was like, holy crap, I never would have thought about that. But some touchy-feely mama's group, she's doing that and she's killing it. Nice. So it's just like you said, it's business, but it's not your business. So that's when you can learn some stuff.
I do the same with articles, because I'll go to, various websites and notice how they write their articles. Mm-hmm. Some will do lists, some will answer questions, some will be feature articles with cool pictures, some will just be a list of pictures with a short caption. So many different ways to write an article. And sometimes that will inspire me, like, you know what? I need to write something that has more pictures than words, or, just to change things up, or have a video embedded in it, to better explain something, And so,
I think we can kind of fall into ruts. And if we see stuff that's not the same old thing, then it can help us to have different ideas about what we could be doing. You're absolutely right.
So in a short answer, yes.
In a short answer,
but
yes.
It depends. Yes, and it depends. It depends on what do you mean getting out of your niche? You're going to change your business model altogether, or are you just getting ideas from other ways people do business? There are people podcasting before we were, and they weren't talking anything about what we were doing. We just decided to add a podcast.
Right.
It's
well, it's interesting because I had it's also good to get input from people who are not in your business but are connected with your business. So that's one of the reasons why I love to talk to customers. I love to get input from people who have bought stuff. I like to almost like little impromptu customer focus groups and things. So like the Jim Edwards Method Premium, I was not going to do another membership site. And because I had an idea for something I wanted to do in my business, but I didn't think that anybody would care. And then I was on the gym boat. We went to Cayman Islands. I met up with a customer, Stuart Alan Alexander, and we were sitting on the main drag on Grand Cayman, and he's like, "Let me tell you something." He's a little tipsy. He said, let me tell you something. I would pay monthly to have access to all your wizards. Instead of having to pay $300-400 for each one, I would pay monthly. I bet a lot of other people would too. I said, you mean to tell me that if I just sold access to all the wizards, downloadable online, all that stuff, and then did a training once a month on something, I said, you'd pay $50-100 a month? He says, all day long. It's like, crap. Okay. And then I thought about it. I said, well, what the hell? We'll give it a try. And, now I think last count, we got over 600 members or something.
Nice.
So, it's you got to get those new ideas coming in, the fresh stuff, because otherwise you're just stagnating. You can't evolve. And if you look at stuff like evolution and other things like that, usually evolution happens when some kind of outside force acts on stuff, changes in the weather, radiation, heat. Sure. All these things that you get exposed to. And what's the saying? When a mind expanded by a new idea can never return to its original form.
Oh, I like that.
So that's, exposing yourself to new ideas. The big thing though, is to have a strong enough framework, a strong enough connection to what you're doing now that you're not constantly getting taken off track. So there's a difference between getting that new input and applying it to the path and the journey that you're on. And it's another thing to get that new input and then have it just blow you off course. And you're, this week I'm going to be a social media influencer. Next week I'm going to be a best-selling author. Next week I'm going to be a podcaster. Next week I'm going to be a yoga instructor. They're just flitting from one to the next, to the next, to the next. Where it actually works is when you know what path you're on, what ship you're on, and you're using the stuff that you learn to refine your path and to outfit your ship.
There you go.
And to make your propeller better, faster, stronger, that kind of stuff. Bigger gun on the front. Yeah.
I like it.
So was that the answer kind of thing you were looking for?
Yeah, I think so. I think we don't need to add a second one in there.
Everybody's quiet today.
Yeah, we'll save it to next week.
You seeing any comments?
I see no comments, which is alarming. It's like maybe they're not seeing it live, but that's all right. We'll post it up on the website and things like that. It's
me, Pete. Pete's over on the live page. He's like, is this Nancy or Jim or Susan? I was like, it's Jim. Oh,
there
look.
We got some people.
Joe.
Some peeps are listening.
All right.
We do have a really cool podcast today, though. You want to just move right into the podcast? It might take a little longer to go through all this, but it's. I think you'll be pleasantly surprised.
As opposed to,
I don't know, angry at me.
All right, so let's transition over into the podcast. I think we need some appropriate music to introduce the podcast. Let's see. All right, and welcome everybody to the Sales Copywriting and Content Marketing Hacks podcast. I'm your host, Jim Evers, along with my trusty co-host, Mr. Stu Smith. Welcome, Stu.
Hey, Jim.
We are here for episode 125, 125 times we have gotten together to do this podcast, and I guarantee on at least 2 of those, we sounded like we knew what we were doing. So, Stu, what's up, Rosenda? Glad you're here. Dalibor is here. Joe is here, Pete is here, and others who choose to remain anonymous. What are we talking about today, Stu?
Hey, this is a good one, Jim.
Okay.
This one inspired me. I was going through the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks group hack. Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Facebook group.
Mm-hmm.
It is rather inspiring the last few weeks. because of the 7-day ebook challenge that you guys did. And
I
I
agree.
saw all these cool covers that people were sharing, asking for feedback in the group. They had a couple, maybe they went with one or was asking should they go with another, people helping out. It was just a great community involvement in that process. Plus, people putting in the work and getting stuff done in a rather short period of time, which is really always impressive.
Absolutely.
So let me share my page, Jim.
Okay.
All right. So
you've got to hit share.
Gonna hit share. Gonna share my screen.
Don't hit share. She's
Go to
like
my
75.
window. There we go. So we're gonna go through a laundry list of these books here, and this one's from Sarah. She's one of my favorites. I know you enjoy her stretching expertise, mobility stuff. So I like this cover. I thought it was pretty neat. Any comments, Jim?
I think
you like it.
I think it's cool. I love the graphic. The thing that I told her when we were talking about, I said the only thing I would have done differently, just one little thing I would have done differently, is instead of calling it part 1, I would have called it book 1. That's the only thing I would have done differently.
Okay.
So
cool.
And she actually made it to I think she made it to number 5 on the bestseller list.
Okay, cool.
So that was pretty awesome. But yeah, I love it. I thought it was great. It's very professional looking.
Oh, it looks awesome. I actually bought it too, so I put a review on there.
Nice.
For this week. So
that's a team player. Thank you for doing that.
Yeah. So anyway, I'm not sure if all of these that I'm about to scroll through were the final product, but some of these were really eye-catching, and we'll move on. So Paul had how to focus on what matters.
Nice.
I think I like that one. That's pretty cool.
I like that a lot. That looks like a real book.
Yeah, looks really good. He's got a real book.
Yeah.
So by the way, these were all part of the 7-day ebook challenge. So I'm not just pulling up cool book covers from Amazon. These were all from the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Facebook group that I found. So here we go. Success with real estate mailers. I think this was a first draft of one because there's a second one that looks a little cooler from Janine.
Okay. All right.
So I have that one later on in the mix. And once again, these titles and subtitles are all part of your system.
Correct. Yeah.
So successful real estate mailers, the ultimate quick start guide to generating leads and listings or real estate agents, proven success system. I mean, that's right out of the Jim Edwards method.
Yeah. No, that's real good.
And learn to build top producing team of dedicated employees. Peter, and a good one. Kind of neat.
It's very cool.
Winning idea, profitable business. He was showing, Tony was showing this one.
I think Tony's a lady.
Yes.
So it's guaranteed as a winner in any economy. I like it.
Yeah. Being happy alone. That's interesting. Ashley.
Successful as a Christian. Nice.
Hugging the world. I like it. This was really cool. I like this whole concept.
Yeah.
Oh, that was so nice of you. Just being nice. People like nice books.
Yes.
Yeah,
that I need to get that.
Yeah. That was really neat. Innovative ways to make customers fall in love with you, come back for more, and tell everyone. That's what business is all about, right there.
Yeah, I like that, and I actually love the way that they did the subtitle as a thought bubble.
Oh, great idea.
That's very, very attention getting.
Yeah. This one's deep. 12-step programs. Those things work.
Yeah. The only thing, and I love the cover. The only thing that you got to be careful, it's like, well, there's step 1, great. well, where are the other 11 steps? What am I going to do? That's where you run into an issue where people won't buy because they feel right up front like they're already see there's a cliffhanger.
Mm.
So you gotta, the most critical step in alcoholism and addiction recovery using biblical principles. That to me, rather than saying step one of a 12-step method, because people are going to be like, okay, well, I'm going to wait till the other 11 books come out. So I would have changed that to the most critical step.
Oh, there you go.
To freedom from alcoholism and addiction based on the Bible.
And the cool thing about this, you send that little revision up to Fiverr, boom, you got it done.
You could totally change the title of your book and everything in 24 hours. So it's not like you're going through this big long thing.
Yep.
So
all right. Now I think Luann had multiple options here. I just pulled one of them.
Yeah.
And she was asking for feedback. I think she might have done 5 different covers.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. And that was really interesting.
One thing that just as an aside, and I've heard of multiple authors doing this. I have not done this just because I never did. One of the things you can do if you're not real sure about a design and you want to see which one people react to the most is to take your design or take your picture or take your title, whatever it is, the thing that you're trying to test, and do some inexpensive Facebook ads or other types of ads with it and see which one gets the most clicks. That's one way to kind of test out how to have people vote who don't realize, they don't know you, they're not trying to curry favor with you. So that's just throwing that out there, a little golden nugget, a little value bomb.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see which one she actually went with there. So I'll check that out on Amazon. I thought this was cool. Running survival guide for busy moms.
Mm-hmm.
I think Tori also had a couple of different options that she was asking for. I just pulled one of them. Not sure if this is the one you went with or not, but look cool to me.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool. Again, depending on that's a good looking mom, but how do we know that's really a mom as opposed to no, I'm serious. I mean,
that's a good point.
As opposed to a 20-something. So maybe a mom pushing a running stroller.
There you go. That'd have been perfect.
Or one of those slash down the middle pictures where you see a female running and then you also see the same female or similar female sitting at a desk or managing kids or doing something that shows busy mom versus zenning your body with running and stuff.
There you go. Yeah. Good one. This is one of my favorites. It was in Spanish, which basically means your personal brand, I think.
Yeah.
But he did something really creative on this. This was a little video, and I wish I could play it, but it's basically him just bumping his head left and right, going pop, 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 pop. Do you remember that? It was really funny. I really enjoyed it. So you got to check it out. He put it in the Ruben put it into the Facebook group, and it's really sharp. Great idea. Gave me a great idea to do something like similar. So maybe with push-ups or jumping jacks or something.
Nice.
Yeah. So I like that one. And Jim's we're international now, going in 2 languages, Jim.
There you go.
Well,
it proves it works in 2 languages.
Yeah, here's Janine's other cover option. Remember I showed you the pretty basic mailer secrets of real estate agents? Yeah. This is the front and back of the other one that she had done at Fiverr. I don't know. Looks different than the other one.
Yeah, I don't know. That's the one where you'd want to do a test because I like the other one too.
Yeah, other one was pretty basic, but it was effective.
Dalibor just asked, do you need a professional for a cover image or can you do it yourself? Funny you should ask. Don't do it yourself unless you're a professional graphic designer. Our friend Stu here
Yes,
used to kind of come up with his own images and stuff, and then he found somebody in Fiverr to do it for him. And I believe him when he said that as soon as he got professional covers for all of his ebooks and stuff, his sales went up by like what, 30%, did you say?
Oh yeah, 30% within the month. Because I did like 30 different covers in like 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it was huge.
Yeah. Never do your own cover unless you're a professional cover designer person.
Yep.
So this one I'm particularly proud of.
This is really cute. I like this one.
The girl who wrote this book is 11.
Wow.
Yep, 11 years old. Her mom had to do all the posting and stuff in the group because I don't think she's even old enough to have a Facebook account.
That's so impressive.
So, but she knew her audience. She knows, she put a lot of thought into it. I was really, really proud of her, and a smart young lady. She's like, yep, this is going to help me get into college. The fact that seriously though, she wrote the book, part of it, so that she's building out her
genius. That's a great
repertoire and resume at 11 years old, published author.
Love it.
So that's pretty cool.
Great idea.
Yeah.
Great idea. Yeah, I like this one too. That was cute. I didn't realize she was only 11. That's even more impressive. Yeah. There you go. This one intrigued me for a second. I was like, "Oh, what's this?"
Yeah, this is niche.
This is something interesting. And then I was like, okay, now it makes sense. Okay, I see where she's going here.
But she's got a good hook.
Yes.
That's a really, really, really good hook that makes you stop and go, what in the world is this about? What in the world is going on here? Absolutely.
And then I read the subtitle and I felt a whole lot better about myself.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, yeah.
Old Stu's jumping to conclusions.
No, I like this one. That was good. This is I
don't know what homeostatic is.
Yeah. But it's a mindset thing. It's kind of mysterious. So it when I look at this, I like, what is this? And then I try to dig a little deeper. I'm like, good explanation in the subtitle. But no, it was interesting. Just interesting. Understand. I like the volume 1 mindset idea. Neat to see what volume 2 looks like.
So it's like a homeostatic. I looked it up. In biology, homeostasis is the state of steady internal physical and chemical conditions maintained by living systems. This is a condition of optimal functioning for the organism and includes many variables such as body temperature, fluid balance, being kept within certain preset limits. So it's interesting. To me, I would say holistic, but homeostatic makes you think. And again, depending on how it's marketed and how it, what goes along with it, could definitely be something that enables you to kind of carve your own niche where you're going after a known need, but you're doing it with a thing that's not the same old thing, if that makes sense.
I like this one because it just kind of, when you grab this one, you're probably going to be smarter when you're reading it.
Right.
When after you read it, you're like, I'm a little smarter after this.
That's I'll be better at cocktail parties if I went to cocktail parties.
I like this one as the veteran. How to write your own VA claim, which I tell you is not easy. I think this is a definite need in VA in the veteran world.
Yeah, and it's got the right kind of imagery.
Yeah, it looks sharp,
and it's. And I do like how the VA claim thing is big.
Yep.
I like that a lot. I'll be honest, I didn't see this one in the group when I was scrolling through and stuff. I really like that.
Yep. It's cool.
Yeah.
People Power Blueprint. Very
I like
good
that.
idea.
Yeah.
Very good idea. Affiliate programming.
The problem is the person's name's not on the front.
Is it? Is that right? I
I
can't
don't
tell.
see their. I don't see their. I don't see the name.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
The author's name.
Can't make it smaller. I don't know if it's underneath my little stop sharing sign or not. But
Okay. All right. I mean, but I like it.
yeah.
I like it a lot, actually.
This is a good one.
You know, the other thing is that normally when someone's making, I mean, this is good. They're niching it down to midlife women. And you know, how much when you talk about midlife is always talking about guys.
Right.
You never really see or hear anything about ladies in midlife.
Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on.
Yeah.
I mean, hormonal changes and energy change. Yeah, absolutely.
And I like I like it. I like it a lot.
It's really good. The coffee's not working.
Yeah.
She's just out. She's done.
She doesn't have a little bottle of No-Dos sitting there. You know? Candy bar.
Caffeine doesn't even work anymore. She's done.
Somebody hitting her with a fly swatter, trying to wake her up. No, I like that a lot.
No,
I like that.
This is a cool one. I like this one. This one looked really neat.
Yeah.
8 laws of the mindset, unlocking the secrets from attraction to possession. I like the idea with a lock, a key, a puzzle, all in one cool image.
Yeah.
Great idea.
I like also the everybody talks about the law of attraction. But I've never heard unlocking the secrets from attraction to possession. So what that says to me is that there's some kind of a progression there. I've never heard about the law or the law of possession.
Yeah. I guess attraction. Yeah, if you're moving in the right direction, that's cool. I like that. All right. Fix
Pete
my
says,
math.
Wahoo, #1 in 90-minute business and money short reads.
Say
Good
that.
job, Pete. Pete hit #1.
Oh, okay. Nice. Fix
Cool.
my math.
Fix my math fear fast. The top 7 success secrets to end math anxiety, avoid slow growth mindsets, and reboot brains. I thought this was kind of cool. I didn't know that people were afraid of math.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Hate math. I'm horrible at math, to the point of whenever they go into business, or they may not even go into business, but because they know there is math, part of your business is keeping track of numbers of sales and things like that. That is math.
No shit.
Yeah. So it's a big, stop button for many people.
I just put in math fear on Google and there's 85 million results. Dude, I never realized that was a thing.
Yeah.
Huh. Now fear of calculus, I remember that.
Yeah. Fear of higher math was horrible.
Fear of algebra and trig was, I love that. I got to calculus and thought to myself, this makes 0 sense.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah.
That's really cool. Yep.
All right.
Really cool.
What else you got?
Let's see. I think this might be the last one. Rock solid workflows.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What's the subtitle?
Ultimate Balanced Life Guide for Overwhelmed and Stressed Moms, Solopreneurs.
Okay.
So I've never heard the term solopreneur, but I'm, obviously understand what she's going there.
Right.
You're all by yourself. You got your own business. You're the only person in your business.
Use it.
And you are the CEO of everything.
That's right.
Yeah. Chief Everything Officer.
So you're a solopreneur.
I am Chief Everything Officer. But I outsource quite a bit. So.
I like that. I like it.
Really cool.
I like it. The only thing I would have maybe it's just because my perspective, I can't really tell what the graphic is.
It's probably a rock.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe
All right.
climbing rock or something. Yeah.
Cool. These are great.
Yeah.
Everybody did a wonderful job.
I stopped sharing. Is that good?
Yeah, that's fine. I'm proud of everybody. Everybody did a great job. A lot of people, I learned a lot from doing the challenge too. We talked about a few episodes ago, we talked about lessons learned from the challenge and everything. And I know there's some people who are still working on it and they're going to get it done. And I think it's interesting. I heard a quote. Somebody was talking about something else, and they were saying, when you're teaching something, don't let your definition of success get in the way of other people's success. Meaning, for some people who went through the challenge and they wanted to see it and understand it, and now they're trying to figure out, okay, now that I understand this, I got to figure out what I'm going to do this for. So other people are like, you know what? I like the way you showed me how to do that, and that'll kind of work, but I got to do some other stuff to be able to flesh out my book. In fact, next week, I'm going to be teaching a class in the Jim Edwards Method Premium about how to fatten up your ebook or course. So I'm going to give a whole bunch of different ways that you can make it bigger or longer, add more value, just because some people are like, hey, it was too short. I want something longer, and that's fine. If you want something longer, then I'm going to show you how to fatten it up. So I'm excited about that. But the big thing is just, I'm really proud of everybody who took action, everybody who got their book done, everybody who's still engaged in the process. And, I know it's harder when you're doing it by yourself than when you feel the momentum of the group moving you forward. And so I think anyway, I thought it was a great exercise, and we're going to do it again here in the fall. We're going to do it again.
I like that idea about fattening them up, because I have a couple methods to do that. I usually use like a hero's journey story as an introduction to kind of build some pages to it. And then, of course, if you're teaching something like I teach, you got to have pictures, exercise pictures, and that's a whole chapter of 50, 60 different exercises. So I can always count on at least another 40 pages just with pictures of, exercise. And then the exercise charts, that's another, multiple page section of the ebooks. And my ebooks are typically around anywhere between 80 to 90 pages.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But an 80 to 90 page ebook actually can translate into about 140, 150 page regular book.
Yeah.
Depending on the size of the print and everything. I was holding one of your books up as an example in my video that I did yesterday. As a matter of fact. Oh, look.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
So, but that's, those are great points. Adding pictures, hero's journey story, adding charts. What are some of the other things that you do to fatten them up?
I'll usually throw in another chapter that's, instead of me writing a book on nutrition, I'll have a chapter on nutrition, things that, that are best for test taking, or, long days of activity, things you need to work out for, dehydration, electrolytes, things like that. I have a stretching section, so just things that are related to the book that don't really deserve its own book, right? So there's running techniques, there's, calisthenics technique, there's all kinds of little test taking ideas that can, help lengthen programming of your books for sure.
So like tips and tricks.
Yeah, that's another
type stuff. Tips and tricks
strategies,
from the real world.
Strategies, yeah.
Okay. I'm writing this down.
You can do testimonials. Throw a couple testimonials in there.
Case studies.
Yep, case studies.
I'm literally writing these down.
Yeah.
These are good. These are good. These are not on my list. I had a big list, but these ain't on them. Nice work, Stu.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I thought you might like to see what kind of force that you have created in other people's lives by making them published authors.
Yeah.
So
that's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's really good stuff. That makes me feel better.
Yeah. And that what I did is I just found the first 20 or so pictures in the Jim Edwards, or I'm sorry, the Sales Copywriting Content Marketing Hacks Facebook group, and just put them into my download folder, and we just scrolled right through them. So,
can you send me those?
Yeah, absolutely.
Thanks. I appreciate that. Well, that's good. Well, this was good. I would just tell everybody that the biggest thing you should do, I mean, talking about this and talking about, what we talked about on the Jim and Stu show, they actually work together really, really well, because for many people, talking about expanding your niche or trying a little something different, one of the best ways you can do something different in your niche is to write a book. I mean, there are millions of books on Amazon, but how many people in your niche have actually written a book? It's a handful. And it's usually the people at the top. So if you create a book, you automatically put yourself in that same tier as the top people. And the other thing to remember about with a book is, book sales are nice. Book sales are great, but the better way to make money with a book is not with the book, but because you have the book. So let's say, for example, Stu, how much do you charge now for your PT club? The highest level one? Where you level? You beat him out of bed in the morning. It's like, what's up? Yeah.
Give him some reveille. I think that one's a $6.99 or $7.99.
$7.99 a quarter or a month?
A quarter.
Okay. So $3,000 a year. Let's just call it that. Okay.
Right.
$3,000 a year to make $3,000. You can sell one person for $3,000, or you got to sell. Let's say you're making $10 a book. You got to sell 300 people.
Yeah.
So if you have this book and you can leverage the fact that you have this book to have somebody pay you $3,000, which would you rather have? The one person paying you $3,000 or 300 people paying you 10?
Yeah. And I'll send them the book for free if they do that.
And the real answer is C. Which would you rather have? A, one person paying you $3,000. B, 300 people paying you $10. Or C, all of the above. That's what you really want, is all the above. Because out of those 300 will come that person that'll pay you the $3,000. There are certain people that will just, matriculate up and pay everything you have. They'll go on cruises with you. They'll buy your software. They'll buy every membership you have. They'll do all that stuff. And God bless them. I mean, God bless them. Thank you, God, for them. But part of the reason is because you have that book, and the book is the one of the reasons why. The reason why I'm not in Stu's $3,000 a year thing is because I'm cheap, and I don't want him calling me asking me why I'm not up yet. And I want to see the photo of the scale this morning.
You know what I'll do? I'll put you on my premium plan just for a week.
Nope, don't want it. That'll just make me feel bad about myself. Or will it make me feel good about myself?
I don't know. I usually send everything at like 6:15 in the morning. So you're already up. So yeah, it's not too bad for most people. But
yeah. So my point though is that I've never told anybody, hey, you're going to get rich with a book. What I've said is, you get a book, you get an ebook, and it establishes you as a as an expert. and then you leverage that expertise for book sales, for sales of your other products, to create a funnel, to get people into your coaching, all these different things. You know,
and I can tell you, for someone who thought they were going to get rich writing a book, it doesn't happen. And I've written 30 plus books.
And you have how many books with a real publisher? Like 5 or 6?
13.
Oh, okay. And which do you make more money from? The traditional publisher books or your own ebooks?
My own ebooks.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure. And downloadable. So, but 100% profit minus.
I think you can make a lot more money if you did something like have some real-time workout things that went along with stuff, so people could have that on their phone or their iPad and work out in real time with Stu, similar to what you did with the Naval Academy. I thought those were tremendous.
I felt like I'm moving in that direction. It was fun.
Cool.
I think I'm going to do little segments though, because I think like a 30 or 45-minute video is just like it's too much. So I'll do like death by push-ups for 10 minutes. Like, get this video, death by push-ups. Do death by push-ups with Stu.
Okay.
Right? Do the PT pyramid with Stu. Right?
Okay.
So
right.
something a little shorter.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. I can see that as a gateway drug.
Yeah.
But I can also see, some of the workouts and stuff. I really can. The death by push-ups thing, that would be great. You talk about NLP and association, that would probably have to work on some associations. Like when I see that video doing death by push-ups and I see you here, to put that anger aside from the other one, or work on that. Or I like that. So PT pyramid, doing like what? The 1, 2, 3?
Yeah. This is the classic.
Yeah.
Do it with me. I'll walk you through it. It'd be fun.
And that way whether you were screwing around.
Probably take 30 minutes.
Yeah.
Not too monotonous, but just enough to build up some volume.
Yeah. No, I like it. I think that's smart. That would be smart. And then you can gauge interest.
Yeah.
And there would be other things. The other thing you could do would be administering a PT test.
Oh, yeah.
Type thing. That would be good, so people aren't screwing around. It's like, okay, get ready, get in position, get ready. Yeah. Okay, go.
That's a really good idea.
Take the PT test with Stu and
just follow the standards that are written on the website and boom.
Right. But the video would walk you through. It's like Stu's giving you your PT test.
Yeah. Great idea. All right.
Well, I actually like that a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah, I do too. That's right up my alley.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Anyway, well, thanks for joining us, everybody. This was good. And Vicki, I'm glad that you're encouraged to get moving again. Get moving, get it done. Carlin, get yours done too. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just get her done. I love a couple people were like, oh my God, it's up there. And it's up there. And it's up there. And there's like stuff I still want to do. I said, great. Well, then I guess you better do it real quick and you can upload it. And that having it up there was what actually lit the fire under them. So congratulations to people who did it when it wasn't perfect, because it'll never be perfect. So, all right, everybody, have a great one, and we will talk to you soon. Bye-bye.